the one my wife probably likes the best that I don't do anything with anymore, but I was like the proudest of like maybe figuring out is I was like, you know what? Since I can notify her, it would be cool to just send her just like a like positive notification of like, hey, just a reminder you're awesome, I love you. But to do it like at random. So it's just like once a day at random, she gets this message. And through some probably clunky chat GPT work, I figured out where it was like, okay, I can create a um what is it the date time boolean or whatever, and then I
Yeah.
created an automation with a script that at 1 a.m. every day sets that date time to a random time throughout the day, and then there's another automation that's like when the date time happens or whatever, send this notification to Christina's phone or whatever. And so it's like at a random point every day she gets this message and she's like, I really like that. And so that won me some brownie points.
That's really cool.
And what sort
Yeah.
of prompt are you using? Like you're saying, like to ChatGPT, like I want you to say I love you, or like some words of affirmation. Like have you got like anything in particular that you're trying to convey across, or is it just a
It was, I mean, I typed up the message. Like, I was just like, I was just, thinking of my wife and like, words of affirmation and being appreciated are certainly her love language. Whereas like for me, it's like, buy me a tech toy. That's my love language. And so
like just
it was
more
just
Philips Hue
More
bulbs?
sensors.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
more
right.
Philips Hue, get me another Sonos speaker. But yeah, so I was just kind of like, yeah, what would be a nice message to send her? And I kind of just thought of one that would be meaningful to her and typed it in, and then had to
Yeah,
make sure it was like short enough that it shows up and she can read the whole thing because they're not, I haven't like they're not very interactable. And so at first it was too long and she would like touch it and then it would kind of disappear and then she's like, I don't know what it said. And so I was like, okay, let me make it a little shorter so it all shows up. The only thing I wish I could do is change that message uh, all the time because
Mhm.
right now it's just the same message. But it would be, I don't know how to do that without a chaotic amount of automations or different messages, I feel like.
you could use a template. So you could set a variable in the automation with
Okay.
a whole bunch of like random messages that you've pre-typed out, and then you just using a template, you would then set that to a variable which is an array, and then your message would be choose a random message from that array. And every time the automation runs, it would randomly pick one of those messages and would be sent.
You are amazing. This
I,
is,
I
I
like
mean,
I like
again,
that you're writing this down. You're actually taking notes. This is fantastic.
no, well, it's
Um,
like I'm so new to this. It's like there's still so like I love Home Assistant in that like I feel like I've just scratched the surface. Like figuring
Yeah.
out the choose function or
yep.
trigger IDs. Just dabbled with helpers a little bit, and like just that has been like exponentially making things more possible. And like I didn't even, I'm like a template, a variable array. What's this? Okay, I have homework now, and like if I can make that happen,
Like, and I use it for myself. So for my kids, right, I've mentioned it before. I have an automation where the Amazon Echo in the morning will announce to the kids, "You need to bring your milk bottles out of the bedroom." But I don't want the same message every morning, right? So um, it ran like I've got ChatGPT to generate some random funny messages, and it will just randomly choose one every morning. And as soon as they walk into the living room, she will announce, "Hey, the milk bottles need rescuing," or whatever the funny sentence she's got for the day is. And that's all powered by a template. Um, the kids don't listen to her anymore. Like that start, like for the first few
Yeah.
weeks, it was great. Now, my 2-year-old this morning, he said, "Silly Lexa," right? Like, and just refused to acknowledge that he even needed to do it. So,
yeah,
yeah, swing and a miss, but it does work. So yeah, you can do that. Otherwise, you could yeah, like if you've got ChatGPT or something integrated into Home Assistant, you could give it a prompt, and you can actually ask in the prompt. You can say limit it to 200 characters, or make sure you don't exceed 200 characters, and then whatever it spits out should it be within that limit.
that's awesome. Yeah, I haven't. I've listened to you guys. I was like, one day I haven't integrated any AI stuff into Home Assistant yet. My extent has just been, yeah, a web browser conversation with ChatGPT or Claude to help me like figure out something. But like, I think, especially with like the voice edition or preview edition, like that, I was like, okay, I'm like, the dream is to have my own local, you know, Home Assistant sort of AI basically. And I'm like, all right, like I could see that. Like in the next 5 to 10 years, I feel like it will be possible to have that operating, I hope. And that would be really cool.